Welcome back this morning. If you didn't know, 2 weeks from now, we'll be on the eve of the first round of the PGA Championship. Coming back, of course, the East Course at Oak Hill Country Club. Championship Director Brian Carnes and Matt Hurlbut, the President and CEO of Greater Rochester Enterprise, are two guests with us this morning. So glad to have you both here. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. Brian, I want to start with you. As we're getting closer and closer, what are the top questions for spectators right now that they need to answer and figure out? Yeah, I think probably the question comes up most is, how do I download my ticket and transfer my ticket? Because that's a big shift from past years, is that the tickets are electronic, and they didn't come out until last week. So a lot of the questions we're talking people through right now are just how to actually do that. And I think once people get over that hurdle of how do I download the app, how do I put it on my phone, they really see the value because it's so easy to transfer tickets. Obviously, if you can't make it, to send them to your friends, your family, as opposed to having to drive them out or mail them. So that's been one of the big things. People are very curious about our food inclusive program. So that's something, again, very new, not just from 13, but really something we didn't introduce until last year. And that's that all of the Championship Plus tickets that were purchased are inclusive of all the concession and non-alcoholic beverage you want. And so it's something that, you know, we're seeing more and more in the sports industry. And last year in Southern Hills, the PGA Championship there, we rolled it out to a lot of success. And so we're excited that we've kind of improved and are ready to really blow it out of the water here for spectators. Matt, let's talk about the impact. We're talking about, 200,000, 250,000 people coming here for the full championship. They have to stay somewhere. They have to eat somewhere. What type of impact are we going to look at economically?
Well, GRE did an analysis that showed over $190 million in the community. That's direct impact, as well as the construction and other things that are going on right now. So the overall impact, as well as the ability to have over 1,200 people that are engaged on site, as well as leading up to this. So that's employment. We're certainly going to see thousands of people at our hotels, restaurants, and other venues as they experience Oak Hill itself and come in for the tournament to support it. So we see that also as an opportunity to promote Rochester, the outstanding champions of business that we have here, not just the outstanding golf venue at Oak Hill, but also the community itself. We've seen our local leaders really step up on the hospitality side, and you see the way this community supports the PGA, both before and for this current championship. We're really excited about it.
And finally, Brian, real quick, that's the current championship we're talking about. I've heard this question. I've had this question. What would you say to people about, is it going to be in the rotation again to come back here in a decade or so? You know, that obviously the answer to that comes a little bit above my head, but I would say that, as someone who's been here multiple times, obviously I was here in 2019 for the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship. I mean, I certainly feel a tremendous sense of pride in this community, and my goal in talking with, obviously community leaders, Oak Hill, really anyone I come across is this idea that let's make it impossible to not come back. And so when you think about, the volunteers, the corporate support, ticket support, I mean, we announced that we sold out of tickets, with 2 weeks before the event. Those are all metrics that we use when we look at the future to say, if we can get that there, then really the sky's the limit. And so I think that's the messaging for the week is making it basically impossible for the PGA of America not to come back. And I think we're in great shape to do that, thanks to Matt and everybody else in the community. A chance for the Rochester area to show off. Thanks again to Brian and Matt for being here again. Just about 2 weeks to go until we have the first tee shots in the first round of the PGA Championship at Oak Hill. And of course, News 8 is your local home for everything you need to know. We've got guides, info about parking, everything else posted in our special coverage at rochesterfirst.com.